Hello friends, welcome or welcome back to Jessie Kate Creates. I'm Jessica and today I am showing you the second special Christmas card I made for my dad. If you missed the first one, I'll put the video up here where you can see the first card that I made for him and talk a little bit more about the different cards I made. Okay. So to start with today, let's get into the card for his poker buddy. So I needed a Christmas themed poker card, which I wasn't sure what I was gonna do, but this is the design that I came up with. And I'm really happy with how this turned out. So with this card, I did have to use my Cricut to make some of the ornaments. And that's because I don't have any dies in my collection that cut out these shapes. So I used my Cricut to cut out the ornaments and the shapes. So I cut them out of glitter paper and then I backed them on some circles. I had my Cricut cut out of gold. So I just backed them like that to make these fun little ornaments. Now for the toppers on each of the ornaments, I did use a die for that. I used it's supposed to be like for a ringing bell. So in the Spellbinders Santa Lane Christmas kit, you get this die that cuts out these really cute Santas, but in the die set, it also cuts out a little bell. Like you can see, oh, my nail is so gross. Sorry, guys. Cuts out a little bell that you can see here. And I use that portion of the bell as the toppers for my ornaments. Now for the bows and the strings on the ornaments, I used these cutting dies from Spellbinders. These are the More Holiday Decorations dies. And I really liked the squiggly and the little ribbons that came in this die set, and I thought they worked really well for making the ornaments. Now for the background on this card, I took a red piece of cardstock. It was from Basil. I don't know the exact color. It was just a red color. And I blended on some dark red ink. I used Concord and 9th Cranberry. And then at the very bottom, I also blended on some black ink. So I got this really pretty red gradient. And for some more pops of gold and for more detail, I love these little confetti dots. And for those, I used this stamp set from the Ton called Occasion Confetti, and I used this big stamp here. I thought it worked just absolutely perfectly. I stamped it in both corners of the card, and I love that it kind of looks like it's raining confetti. And then for this Merry Christmas sentiment, I used stamps. This is an old, not that old, this is a recollection stamp set from last year or the year before. I don't think they still have this exact stamp set, but they have one that is pretty darn similar. But any Merry Christmas sentiment would, yeah, Recollections doesn't name their stamp sets, unfortunately. But any Merry Christmas that fits would work at the bottom.
I also think that these cards would make fabulous happy birthday or congratulation cards. Simply change out the sentiment at the bottom of the card and move the bows and loopy strings to the bottom of the circles so that they look more like balloons instead of ornaments. I think that would be fabulous. Now, when I filmed this, the card was blank inside. I hadn't met with my dad. Eventually, we picked a stamped sentiment and I added a white liner to the inside of the card so he had a space to sign it. And that completes card 2 of these custom cards I made for my dad. I love how this poker themed Christmas card turned out. I think it is festive and whimsical and even a little bit elegant all at the same time. As always, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this card in the comments down below. Now remember, this video is part 2 of a 3-part little, mini series I guess I'm doing on the cards I've made for my dad this year. If you missed part 1, I will have that linked in the description box below. And of course, be sure to come back tomorrow to catch the 3rd and final card. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!